It is time for another Quick Bites. Katie George joining us with the perfect recipe for anyone who has some leftover tomatoes.
Yeah, so we are talking all about gardening the next couple weeks, using up all of our produce from our garden and kind of looking into ways to not be so boring, right?
Yeah.
We need to jazz it up a little bit.
Sounds
so
good.
Today what we are doing is we are actually using tomatoes, because usually once you start getting tomatoes, so many
just
tomatoes,
sitting in my fridge.
and I don't know what to do with them. So we are going to be making one of my favorite recipes, and this is a fresh tomato and basil bruschetta.
That sounds good.
Yes. So we're going to start off with the base, which is our tomatoes. So we are going to be using just some Roma tomatoes today, but honestly, you can chop up any type of tomato you have, and we are just using some of the Roma tomatoes. You're going to want to dice the tomatoes up into what I would call bite-size pieces, and then we are going to just add them to our bowl. So we had some going already. We're just going to add just a little bit more to our bowl. And ingredient number one is the tomatoes.
Perfect.
Next up, we are going to use garlic. And I always love the squeezable garlic for ease and simplicity. We're going to add about a tablespoon, as garlicky as you want it. You do need to refrigerate this after you open it, available in your local produce department. And that is ingredient number two. We are also going to add some olive oil, and the olive oil is really just going to act kind of like a vessel to really mesh all of the flavors together. And I gotta open this up, and we are gonna add the olive oil. And then we're also going to add some basil as well. So the olive oil, about a tablespoon of olive oil.
And that basil's from your garden as well?
The basil is from the garden. It's fresh from our home garden. So when you have a basil plant, you just pick off a leaf at a time. And the way that you really cut this is I take about 5 basil leaves and I stack them on top of each other. And then you just roll them very tightly into a roll, much like that. From here, you're going to take your knife, and this is what is called chiffonade, and we're going to just very gently cut them into slivers, and then I'm usually just going to take one more dice through, and we're going to add that right to our bruschetta.
There you go.
We're also going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to add to that bruschetta flavor, about a tablespoon of that. And then we are going to add fresh mozzarella balls. Fresh mozzarella balls come in a package much like this, and they truly come in a ball form. They are a very fresh cheese, and this is what makes the bruschetta. Gosh, I love fresh mozzarella balls.
It just smells good already.
I know. And then salt and pepper to please. We are going to add a little bit of pepper. If you want to add salt, you definitely can. And then we are just going to gently toss this together. Really make sure that the tomatoes are getting tossed with the oil, the balsamic vinegar, and then from here you get to do anything you want. So I love to serve this just with some fresh bread.
Just put it on the side.
Just put it on the side. You can top like chicken or like a white fish with this as well, and makes just a great dip. And you have garden fresh tomato and basil bruschetta. So flavorful and incredibly healthy as well.
Beautiful. All right, thank you so much.
You bet.
We'll be right back.